Welcome back to another weather forecast, everybody. We are now tracking Tropical Storm Isaias, and it is now going over the mid-Atlantic and bringing major flash flooding, extreme storm surge, major damage to properties. Also, trees are falling down, power outages. We're seeing a ton of damage here with winds. We're going to be seeing the Delaware River overflowing. Also, storm surge. Category 1 force wind gusts. We're seeing still 70 miles an hour on the storm. This tropical storm is extremely strong no matter, even though it made landfall in North Carolina last night, it's still only 70 miles an hour. That is crazy. The storm is really strengthening, seeing major impacts from areas from Virginia right now all the way up to New York. We have hundreds of thousands of people without power, major flash flooding, storm surge. We're going to be seeing some rivers overflowing as well. Tornadoes are likely. All of that is now out of the picture as well. Without further ado, though, let's track Tropical Storm Isaias over the mid-Atlantic. Here's now a look at radar scope. As you see, we have an extremely heavy rain for portions of the mid-Atlantic right here. Scranton, Wilkes-Barre areas in eastern Pennsylvania getting extremely heavy rain right now. We even have special marine warnings now for portions of areas near the Long Island tri-state are going to be seeing extreme rain up to 50 knots here, and also water spouts are likely. I saw a water spout yesterday, and that was crazy here, but imagine this. We can possibly see water spouts for areas off the coast of New Jersey, off the coast of New York, off the coast of Delaware. We can be seeing a lot of water spouts here. We are seeing extremely heavy rain, though, and strong thunderstorms with this, obviously with this tropical storm. This is probably one of the strongest tropical storms. Actually, I saw someone who I saw firsthand experience named Tony H. He's up there in Jersey, and he said this is one of the strongest tropical storms really he's seen up in New Jersey. So look at this, all these flash flood warnings in effect for areas for the Delaware River, Philadelphia, Trenton, Allentown, Wilmington, areas near Delaware as well. We have actually a huge flooding threat for the Delaware River. That's also actually, now we have a new special marine warning here. We're going to be seeing also some really big threats. 50 knots and water spouts are likely to see the wave heights if it tells us. We are going to be seeing some higher waves as well. And hazardous seas. Rip currents are going to be really dangerous. Let's check out now the Trenton and New York area radars. Actually, going to check out the Trenton, shall we? As you see, it seems to the lower bands for portions of still Philadelphia and those areas there. Let's check out this area. Look at all this rain. Look at this, all of northern New Jersey, Patterson, extremely West Milford. All you guys are going to be extremely heavy. Scranton. Look at all this rain over the Delaware River. This is actually going to bring in extremely major flash flooding here. Let's check out now the total amount of rain the past hour. 1 hour rainfall. Let's check out the 1 hour rainfall, shall we? This loads. Alright, we've seen up to almost an inch of hourly rainfall. We actually have some areas right here that we've had 1 inch within the past hours. Check out storm total rainfall. Look at this, guys. We've had up to 6 inches of rain right here in this flash flood warning. We've had so much rain here. We're going to be seeing extremely heavy rain and big threats for the Delaware River, small creeks. We can see major flash flooding on roads, but we've had 6 inches of rain over areas in the Delaware River. 6 inches of rain. That is extremely high for the past. This is actually the lifetime of this area of 6 inches. That's absolutely mental. Ecotops, on the other hand, are lower on the lower side, 30,000, 25,000, even 20,000 foot ecotops. So we aren't going to be seeing any lightning with the storm, but we're going to be seeing major flash flooding, and it's going to be major. The winds, we're going to see Cat 1 force wind. We're seeing 80+ mile an hour gusts, but we are seeing 70 sustained winds here, 70 miles an hour. That's absolutely crazy. We have up to 1.5, if not 1.5 plus million people under without power here, just from North Carolina to New York. Just from North Carolina and New Jersey. But that's extreme. Let's check out now everything else. So here's now checking out the power outages. As you see, look at this. We have now New Jersey under. New Jersey has 650,000 people under without power. Look at that. We have more than 500,000 people without power, almost a whole state. This is including Ocean County. We have basically over 60% of the population of this county has no power. Up here near the New York area in Bergen County, we have 8,000 people out, 12,000 people out in Sussex County. Look at that, 172,000 people out just alone in Ocean County, 53,000 out in Atlantic County, 13,000 out in Cumberland County, 20,000 out in Hunterdon County. That's a lot of people without power just in one state. That is crazy how many people we are seeing here. We are seeing a lot of customers out, mostly from the Atlantic City Electricity. That company where we have a lot of people out, but state outages have actually gone up to 783,000. To refresh this, let me refresh. Just like that. Look at that. It just went up from 600,000 to 783,000. Almost a million people are without power here. Look at a portion of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has 219,000 people out, mainly in the eastern part where we have the Delaware River. Areas in Bucks County, we have 100,000 people out without power. Areas in Lackawanna County, 2,000 people out. 50,000 people out in Chester County, near, I believe that's where Philadelphia is. Delaware County, around about 12,000 people. 23,000 out people without power in Montgomery County, and 14,000 out there in Berks County. That's just alone. We have 200 plus thousand people without power just alone in Eastern PA. North Carolina, 203,000 people out. All you can tell, mainly in the eastern half of this part. Look at that. We have almost 100% of the people in this county without power. They have 6,000 people in this county, and over 4,000 don't have power. We basically have around 80% of these people without power in Bertie County. Same here in Gates County. We have 3,000 without power in Jones County. Out here in Brunswick County, where we do have Wilmington, we have 29,000 people without power. 63,000 people near New Hanover County. That's exactly where it's made landfall. 18,000 people without in Pender County. Even areas in the Outer Banks, we have a couple hundred without power. As you see, it's generally just eastern North Carolina, because that's obviously where the worst of the storm went. So we have 203,000 people without power here. Look at Gates County. Look at Chowan County. Almost 100%. We have some counties that almost 100% of the population of the county has no power. We have a lot more power outages than Virginia as well. Look at this areas right here in Ekama County, 14,000 people without power, 20,000 people without power in Suffolk County, 42,000 without power in Chesapeake County there near the Chesapeake Bay, Virginia Beach County, 53,000 people without power. Look at all these other areas, all these counties there in the Chesapeake Bay. That's exactly where we do have many of those power outages. We have 600 people. We have basically 1,000 without power there in Georgia, and 600 people without power in South Carolina. Look at Delaware. Delaware has 61,000, but they have 3 counties. They have 3 counties there. 30,000 people without power in Sussex County. 4,000 Kent County. Obviously, you're going to be seeing a lot out there near Newcastle County there. But extremely heavy rain there for portions of Delaware. Maryland's really starting to blow up now, especially right here in the portions of the Chesapeake Bay, I believe. Talbot County, 7,000 people without power. We have up here up to 15,000 without power there in Cecil County. 11,000 in Culver County. As you see, it's just the eastern part of these states. As you see, it's a really pattern. Eastern part of North Carolina got all the power outages, basically. Eastern part of Virginia basically saw all the power outages. Well, Delaware's really small, so that doesn't really count. Eastern parts of Maryland saw almost all the power outages. Same with Pennsylvania. New Jersey really got kind of the eye of the storm, so it's really getting messed up. And now we have New York blowing up with already 42,000 without power. As you see, a lot of them are staying right here in the tri-state area. And Staten Island County, 12,000 without power. 8,000 without power in Nassau County. 5,000 without power there, 3,000 without power in Westchester County. Extremely heavy rain there. 4,000 still in Westchester. Even right here, 277 out in Delaware County. Really starting to get the extreme winds here and really bring out the power. Let's check out now the real-time winds that we're seeing right now, currently at 1 o'clock. Look at this. We're already seeing now, look, near Reading, Pennsylvania, 18 miles an hour. Lancaster, look at Dover, seeing 28 miles an hour. Well, Salisbury still seeing 20 miles an hour there. Look at this. For areas near Atlantic City, we're seeing extremely heavy rain. Toms River, 33 miles an hour. Atlantic City, almost 50 miles an hour. But there's Isaias right there going straight up the Delaware River. It's currently like right over Philadelphia right now. Right over Philadelphia, we're actually seeing 16 miles an hour because they are getting the eye of the storm. But they're the outer bands right here off the coast of New Jersey. We're going to be seeing the strongest winds about to arrive in the New Jersey coast. Look at these areas here near New York, near Staten Island, 46 miles an hour there. Long Beach, 42 miles an hour. Areas near Toms River going to reach 50 miles an hour. But we have almost 60 plus miles an hour about to reach here. Next, at 2 o'clock, this one's a really fast-moving storm. As you see, the wind will increase for Philadelphia as they kind of get out of the eye there. But now these winds are going to go straight for Long Island now. Long Beach, 41 miles an hour there. 50 miles an hour up the island. Staten Island, 41 miles an hour. Let's see what New York City's going to be seeing. New York, 27 miles an hour. And then there it is. This storm's going to be going straight up now to New Jersey, heading straight for the tri-state area. And then it goes right up here near Paris, Bandy. But look at this. Portion of Long Island could be seeing almost 60 miles an hour. New York, possibly 23 miles an hour. These winds are really going to be quite bad, especially for the New Jersey coast area. But when you have so much rain, 20 miles an hour can be a lot. Philadelphia, 22 miles an hour. By 4 o'clock, this one's going to be really up there. Look at this. This is going to be really up there now to New York. But look at this. Extreme winds now for Long Island, 50 plus miles an hour. Going to reach possibly 55 miles an hour there. By 5 o'clock, this thing's way up there near getting closer to Albany. By 7 o'clock, this one's already past Albany. And this is now going to bring the extreme winds for now areas in the New England area. Boston expected increase in winds, 22 miles an hour. Newport, 34 miles an hour. Warwick, 33 miles an hour. New London, almost 27 miles an hour. Milford, 34 miles an hour. Up there into the bay, up there near out there at Boston, could be seeing up to 47 miles an hour. By 9 o'clock today, this is all the way up into, where is this? All the way into areas into Vermont. This thing started today all the way up into Virginia. Now it'll be in Vermont by the end of today. We will see some scattered winds, though, that could be almost basically tropical storm force winds. Look at this. If we zoom in, those mountainous areas, 36 miles an hour, getting really close to that. Look at that, 39 miles an hour. So we are going to be seeing tropical storm force winds. Areas near Burlington, just outside the lake area, on the other side of the lake, 40 plus miles an hour. They're really seeing extreme winds. And that's actually not the gusts. Let's actually check out wind gusts here, though. These are the wind gusts. So let's check out 1 o'clock here. These are the wind gusts now for these areas. Look at this, guys. We're going to be seeing extreme wind gusts, up to 85 mile an hour wind gusts there. Areas near New York are already seeing 62 miles an hour, 71 miles an hour for Staten Island, Toms River, Pleasant, Long Island. You guys are seeing Cat 1 force wind gusts. Now look at this Long Island. Look at New York, 52 miles an hour for gusts. Look at right here, 88 miles an hour. Look at that, 88, almost 90 miles an hour. Almost Cat 1 force winds there. Look at New York, possibly seeing 52 miles an hour. Areas into the other side of the Delaware River can be seeing 50 plus miles an hour. Out here in inland areas can be seeing Cat 1 force winds. So, real-time winds may not be extremely impressive, but the gust. We will be seeing over 80 plus miles an hour for gusts there. Areas in New Hampshire, you guys up there can get close to Cat 1 force wind as well. This is a very impressive and long-living tropical storm, and it's definitely really impressive. But let's go and check out everything else. Here's now the tropical storm Isaias 1 o'clock update here on the advisories and alerts. Tropical storm warnings still stretch all the way from North Carolina up to Maine, Bar Harbor. You guys are under tropical storm warnings. All of New Hampshire now under tropical storm warnings. All of Connecticut, all of Rhode Island, all of Massachusetts is under tropical storm warnings there. New York, all of New Jersey, even portions of Pennsylvania have been added into these tropical storm warnings, especially in the Philadelphia area. Notice how those areas in tropical storm warnings here, including Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, PA, New Jersey. Look at how those compare those to the power outages. They compare it. Look at all eastern Virginia under those tropical storm warnings, and then if you compare to the power outages, it's basically exactly alike. If you compare it where those warnings are, it's perfect. Look there, Delaware, and all that extremely widespread there. Tropical storm warnings here. All of New Hampshire, Connecticut, New York, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Dover, Norfolk, Virginia Beach. All you guys are seeing extremely extreme winds. It's very likely for tropical storm sustained winds, but very well over Category 1's maximum gusts. We can be seeing up to 90 mile an hour gusts for some of these areas, guys. That will easily take down trees. We'll actually check out the power outages at the end of the video, see how many more we've got in storm surge. We're missing at the 1 to 3 foot storm surge for areas in the Delaware Bay, the Hudson Bay as well, Hudson River as well, going to get really overflowed. New York City, 1 to 3 foot storm surge is expected, so expect a lot of water to come all the way up into the vineyard there, into Massachusetts near Cape Cod. We have 1 to 3 foot storm surge, and we have 1 to 2 foot storm surge still expected from the Oroki Inlet all the way to the North Carolina and Virginia border. That's showing you how much we're still seeing for impacts for the North Carolina Virginia area. But most of the impacts today, New Jersey, and I actually pull up my Epic Pen right here. Let me pull up my Epic Pen. There we go. So this way I can actually draw. I forgot to draw here. But as you see, we're going to be seeing extreme impacts here. Look at right here, high risk for flooding in the Delaware River. The Delaware River is going to be easily overflowed by this, and the Delaware River is right in between it's kind of on the border with New Jersey and Pennsylvania. And look what's over there. The Delaware River is at a high risk for flash flooding. That is not good whatsoever. Not only will we be seeing some the storm surge in Chesapeake Bay push into Delaware River, the storm surge will bring some massive waves there, and that's going to push in the river. Not only that, also the flooding, the rain as well. We're going to be seeing a ton of threats there, but at high risk now for eastern PA, far northwestern New Jersey, and southern New York, and those areas near the Delaware River. That's where we have a high risk. I actually know someone who's in the high risk there. And then we have a moderate risk all the way from PA near Philadelphia all the way up into the Burlington area. So it's going to bring really extremely widespread issues. Look at the areas in the Hudson River. Going to be seeing up to a slight risk there for flash flooding. Even Delaware is still in that flash flooding threat as well. We have a couple million people there. Let's check out now actually some webcams to show you guys firsthand looks at what we're expecting or what we're seeing right currently. This is another webcam here for Bergenfield, New Jersey. As you see here, we are seeing quite the strong winds. As you see, you can try to tell right there. Some decent amount of rain is falling on the ground here, but you kind of really tell. Actually, I did not mean to move that. I can tell that we are seeing some really strong wind. Just look at the trees right here. Look at the lights right here. The traffic lights, they're really moving a good bit. Look at all the way up there, really seeing those really big impacts for winds right now. But this is Bergenfield, New Jersey. I believe this is the northwestern part of the state here. But let's check out another webcam as well. You know how I said Philadelphia was in the eye? Look at this. We are seeing this in the eye right now, this storm. And look at the winds really blowing. This was actually cloudy just before I did my video. This was sunny. This was actually pouring rain and cloudy for just 20 minutes ago. Look at it now. 20 minutes ago. 20 minutes later, this is right in the eye of the storm. And look at it, sunny, perfectly sunny, acting like nothing happened. But little do they know, they are in the eye of the storm. And look, boom. Now it looks like it's getting covered. Now it's getting dark again. Seems like the storm's so fast moving. This will be in just a couple of hours. It's just be pouring out of the eye just in a little hour or so. Guys, just look at this. This storm, the Philadelphia is literally in the eye of this tropical storm right now. It went from cloudy, pouring rain to extremely windy still, but sunny. They're literally right in the eye. I can actually show you they're right in the eye. Look at this. Right over the eye right now. Philadelphia, downtown Philadelphia is basically right in the eye of this storm here. And that's actually New York. But look at this. Look at this purely, it's just now just looking way better than it looked a couple minutes ago, but they're going to get a lot worse the next wave because obviously no one wants to be in the eye because you get the eye wall twice. But really getting in extremely heavy winds right now, strong winds, but they're in the eye, so it's seeing a bit better conditions. But as this storm continues to move in the next coming minutes, you guys will expect these conditions to really diminish as we get in the next coming minutes. Alright, this is now take a look at the World Trade Center. Look at the water here in the Hudson Bay. Look at all those waters here. Wind has kind of calmed down a little bit, but look at the conditions. You can't really see anything whatsoever. This look, every time I see this look, it kind of reminds me of Sandy. But look at this. We're gonna be seeing Cat 1 force wind in New York City. Look at the World Trade Center right here. Really, really cloudy. It's like fog, really. The buildings really blend in with the clouds right now. But look at this water really getting a lot worse. We're going to be seeing some big waves in the Hudson Bay that can very well overflow some of the cities here and some of the general areas off the coast here. But we're going to be seeing these conditions really, really diminish more into New York in the next coming hours here. We can really see some huge impacts here. This is going to be a lot worse. This camera's going to be constantly shaking nonstop within the next coming hours as we're expecting Cat 1 force winds in these areas here. But really getting a lot worse here. Just look at that. Just getting worse overall. 76 degrees, 1:28 p.m. This thing, it's getting extremely crazy here as far as New York City as well. Well, here's a look at now the power outages, and New Jersey saw another 100,000 power outages just by this video here. We're seeing less power outages for North Carolina. We're seeing more for Virginia, more for Maryland. We're seeing a bit less, I believe, for Delaware. A lot more for New Jersey, though. Blowing up here, especially in the northwestern part now. 63,000 at Morris County. 185,000 out alone in Ocean County there. New York's really blowing up now as well. Now got 90,000 without power. Look at this now. Staten Island has 17,000 without power, and now Rock Island has 10,000 without power, so really blowing up here. Last but not least, check out the NAN3CAM future radar. So we're going to quickly take a look at the NAN3CAM model on the future. As you see, the really heavy rain in the next coming hours. It's going to be really fast moving, and this is going to get a lot worse for upstate New York areas and Burlington as we get over in the next coming hours in the evening, and just kind of just goes, it's like out completely by tomorrow. Check out now the total cumulative precipitation. We are expecting a lot more rain, 6 to 7 inches expected for areas near the Delaware River, but up there in upstate New York, New Jersey, expect another 2.5 to 4 inches, which is still a ton of rain. Hope you guys did enjoy the video, and bye guys, and stay safe.